watching HSN. I just want to let you know next hour is theme footwear. We are, as hosts, you know, we see a lot of great stuff come down the pike, but we all went berserk when we learned about the theme footwear. It's exclusive to HSN. Look at how cute these shoes are. Girls, they are so comfortable. Get multiple colors if you can, because we've never offered the price before, and you'll see and learn more about these next hour. I'm wearing the platinum ones. And also my dress. We're going to talk about my dress next hour. It's from Anthony. He's celebrating 18 years. And if you'd like my dress that I'm wearing, I'll give you all the details on that too. But in this hour, it's Juki Sewing. And Juki really is the premier, one of the best in the world. And I know a lot of you who are into sewing, you were tuned in already and ready to watch the show. If you're new to sewing, stay with us, because Bernie, who's one of the world's leading experts on sewing, is going to walk us through a brand new computerized machine. Now, this machine indeed is a world launch. You cannot go anywhere in the world to find it, because you will not find it. It was done exclusively from Juki to you. And this is by far, for me, Bernie, features the most advanced capabilities, many that we've never even shown on HSN before, all inside this phenomenal piece.
It is, and you know, it's exciting. That's how we came up with the name.
It's very exciting.
So, yeah, it has some really, really nice features, besides really good stitch quality. And I can sew with or without the foot controller. We'll start with the foot controller. Besides just good stitch quality, okay, I've got a speed control. That's 900 stitches per minute. It's one of the fastest home machines out there. Wow. Down to 90 if I turn it all the way down on the speed control. So I'm going 90 for precision, right? So
oh my gosh.
900, you know, anywhere in between for whatever speed you need to get what you need to get done.
That's awesome.
I also have thread trimmers. So I just push a little button and I'm trimmed.
I love that feature, by the way.
I know, isn't it great?
You never have to worry about, where's the scissors? Hello, where are my scissors?
Yeah, you know, because I'm usually kind of, you know, looking for them. Now, we also have an automatic needle threader.
Okay, good.
So, and I'm going to show you real quick. You know, it's just real simple. You know, everything is marked on the machine. You just follow the thread path, right? And you come down to the needle, and you just simply push the lever. And there you go.
I love it.
So you have your automatic drop-in bobbin, which makes it very, very simple. And I have the super
So it'll
easy.
automatically load to the bobbin?
You just drop it in, and you do have to, you know, put it through the little tension guide in here.
Sure.
But I don't even have to, you know, pull it up. I can put the cover on and then just,
It'll pull it through automatically?
It'll pull it through, or you can use your needle up, needle down.
Okay,
and
really?
I have a programmable needle up, needle down, too.
Wow.
And I have programmable trimmers.
Now, why do you need a programmable trimmer?
Well, you know, if you are sewing along and you're doing a decorative pattern and you want to end, you hit, you know, your little reverse button.
Yeah.
And it locks your stitch in place.
Does it really?
And then it cuts your threads.
So you don't have to figure out how many stitches to do on the reverse? You just hit the button?
You don't. You just hit the button. Let me go ahead.
Okay, how smart is this machine?
You know, and it's nice, too. It's like one of the nicest features to have, because you want to, you know, especially on a decorative stitch, right? You want to go ahead and, you know, finish off that seam. Okay, here's my decorative stitch, and what's nice is it doesn't backtrack over, right?
Right, okay.
Let me put my scissors on. Forgot to do that. So I just put the scissors on with the touch of a button.
Okay.
Now, when I want this to trim, I just go like this. You know, touch my reverse, whether I'm sewing or not.
So it just tacked it for me?
It tacked it and cut your threads.
Okay, that's huge, because how many times are you doing a project, you know, you'll be going along and you have to reverse it, and then it makes it all bunchy and gross looking at the very end. You're like, you work so hard to get the straight line to begin with, and then you go to do the reverse and it's all bunchy and looks gross, and you're like, oh no, I ruined that great straight look, right? That's an awesome feature, because it actually takes something that's been manual in the past and makes it automatic.
Right, and what it does, like, you know, I'm on a straight stitch right now, right?
Now this would show it. If any stitch is going to show the reverse, it'll be this one.
Well, bear in mind, Juki's industrial, so they're going to do this correctly. They're not going to just, on a straight stitch, you know, sit in place, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're stitching along. You can see it tapped at the beginning. I touch the reverse, and it goes back and then forward. So your seam is tacked and it's secured. You're not going to pull that thread out.
That's great.
And then it just trims away, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it's one of the easiest machines to operate, but before I get into that, this is, you know, kind of a heavy denim-y fabric, right? Mm-hmm. So I have 2 layers, and then I'm going to go ahead and there's 4 layers, and then I'm going to go ahead and there's 8 layers, and then now we're up to about 12 or 16. I lose count after a while, right? I have a 7-point feed dog system, okay? And I have industrial box feed, which means that my feed dogs never leave the fabric, ever. It's constantly in motion. So here's my first layer. There we go. I didn't even increase the stitch length. It's just going right through this, right?
Wow.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and fold it again.
So we're up to, we're up 16.
Yes, 16 plus something. Yeah, it's pretty heavy duty.
That's a lot.
To the point where I'll have to use the extra high presser foot lift, right?
Oh, that's nice. And you actually have more room on the presser foot, too?
You can see there it goes.
Wow.
And you can hear it is just powering through this fabric, right?
That's amazing.
And there you go. And then it gets very quiet now that it's done.
So it's actually going to achieve a lot of things that an industrial style machine would do.
It
like
does.
Some people think they have to buy, oh, I got to go to the industrial machine to really get through some of those tough, thick fabrics. And really, this one's going to take care of that.
This will do it because of that industrial box feed and the 7-point feed dog system.
Huge. That's huge. Because a lot of times you have your sewing machine at home. I know it happens to a lot of us. And you're like, oh, I'm working on an outdoor canvas project or something that's really thick. Like I've been doing a lot of vinyl sewing lately, big, thick vinyl. And I need layer upon layer. And my machine just can't do it. So I was thinking about investing in one of our industrial sewers. Well, honestly, this is actually going to take care of that. So whether you go from really, really delicate materials to your stretches to really heavy-duty sewing, you don't have to have separate machines to do that. You now just get the one, and it's like buying 2 machines all in one unit. Let me show you kind of what you're going to get, and we're going to build the whole package together because I think one of the reasons that we all love shopping with HSN is we do get incredible values for our dollar. So here's what would happen. If you had to buy everything, it would be over $1,000. So just the machine alone with a few accessories, that's almost $900 right there. If we stopped there, we're what, $300 or $200 off of just the Juki computerized sewing machine cost. Then look at the value-added collection. Add it all together, you're what, you're at what, 160, 175, almost $200 in just our exclusive value-added feet and accessories. And I'm going to show you those right now so you can see them. In fact, we only have a few of these on here. You're actually getting 11 extra feet with our exclusive combination. And again, it's the world launch too. We haven't talked about the computerization. We'll get to that. We haven't talked about monogramming built in. We haven't talked about a lot of those features, but this is just a little bit of what you're getting in the kit. You actually, instead of we are showing maybe 6 or 7 feet there, you're getting 11 extra feet beyond the feet that come with the core kit. So that's just our value added package that we've included with it. Now, if you break it all down, you can use our 5 flex pays. We're saving $100 off the HSN price. We're $200 off the Juki price just for the machine, and of course about $200 in extra accessories. Plus, we will ship it to you for free, which is today going to save you another $18. All right, let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about the computerization of the machine. Why does that make a difference, and why is that important in this one?
What the computer's going to give you is a couple of things, actually. A whole lot more stitches than you can get on a mechanical machine. This machine has 180 stitches.
Wow.
What else it'll let me do is, you can see I'm stitching away here different patterns. I can combine these, and I can combine them with lettering. I can actually combine every stitch on this machine.
Wow.
As you can see, you know, here's our lid, and this tells you every stitch on here, right? This is your regular sewing, and then there's some buttonholes, and there's some quilt stitches here. So if I'm in this pattern, you know, over here, if I touch this, you can see what menu you're in. Okay, those are the stitches I'm going to be able to select. The next row, you know, is going to be my decorative pattern. So I just basically select that, and I'm going to go ahead and pick one of the stitches, and I'll pick 26. Okay, so there's 26, okay? Now that's just going to stitch continuously. If I want to combine it, I touch the memory button. And then we'll do 29. So there's 29, and I'm going to go ahead and make this stitch continuously. I hold the button. That little thing is flashing, so I know it's ready to go.
Okay.
And I'm going to make this nice, neat pattern. Now, if I want to, I can combine letters with this. I can actually write a poem because I can combine up to 70 characters in the machine.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, I joke that I could write a ransom note. Dear honey, if you want your golf clubs back, buy me this machine, right?
That's right. Little special notes.
Right, right.
Wow, look at that. And again, you're going to see it coming out here in the back, the pattern that she's stitching. We'll have to give different shots to show you it because it's beautiful. And what I love is because you're investing in the quality of the Juki, you're going to be able to Yeah, now come on up a little bit on this side. Yeah, we'll have to get a different shot for it so you can see it. We'll show you in just a second. But what's really cool about this, what's really cool about this is the accuracy. It's because the internal construction is so superior. I'll show you, maybe I can do it there. The internal construction is so superior, the accuracy is right on. You know, you don't see sloppy embroidery work. You know what I mean? It's very clean. Even the most minute little stitches are just beautifully spaced.
They are, and I can adjust things if I want to, but I've never had to adjust any of these stitches.
Yeah, in fact, you're sitting there talking to me with your hands off of the machine,
right,
which I think is
right.
really funny.
And and you can see it's stitched, very, very straight, and well, kind of straight. But, the pattern's straight. You can see it's just nice, and it just stands out, right?
Yeah, and isn't that great? And there's how she's used that computerized memory system to program it. So she had a fancy stitch followed by a filled-in heart, almost like embroidery work, really.
Right, and I could put lettering in this. I could do up to 70 characters. I can even use any of the stitches up here. Now, what else is nice that I hear all the time, most people hate doing buttonholes, right?
Right.
This is very, very simple on buttonholes because they're very professional. Here's my little buttonhole foot, no big deal. I put the buttonhole in here. It's a snap-on foot, so I just snap it on. And remember we were talking about programming in the trim? I'm going to go ahead and program in the trim once I select a buttonhole. Let me go ahead and clear this off. Again, very simple, clear, clear. Back in my regular pattern. I'm going to go ahead and select number 23. Okay, so that's my buttonhole. Pull my little sensor foot down, right? There's my sensor foot. And this is so simple. I'm going to do the look ma, no hands and no feet, right?
Yay!
I'm going to unplug my foot controller.
Okay, no controller now at all.
No controller, no hands. And I have the scissors on, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and say start. And you can see the way these buttonholes are stitched are done professionally.
Right.
The way the underlay is placed, the way the whole buttonhole stitches means that everything stitches nice and neat. And when you see this, it's a perfect buttonhole, and it's great.
That's cool.
And it'll just keep doing it over and over and over until I tell it to stop. Now, at the end of this, it's going to stop, lock, and trim.
So it's doing all this automatically.
Yeah, and, I'm just standing here.
She's now gone for a cup of coffee. Bernie has left the building.
Do buttonholes get any easier, right?
No, and you know what? And I do think we avoid them. We're like, I can't do buttonholes. I'm not going to do that. So we avoid all those projects with buttonholes. And now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
You don't. You can see, here you go. I'm just, I can stand here and just watch it. And it's feeding very straight, right? I don't have to worry about the fabric skewing. The feed dog system and the buttonhole foot just make sure everything stays perfect.
Oh, that's awesome. If you're trying to take all of your sewing up to that next level, or this is just a bit of advice too, even if you're thinking about getting into sewing, go for and get as much bang for the buck as you can. When you move into the world of Juki, you move into a higher level of quality. They're just known throughout the world, and they have legions of fans who only sew on Juki machines because they are so superior. You'll hear it from the smoothness of the engine. I've been around machines for a long time. I can literally hear the quality. It's purring. The engine is so smooth inside here. I call it an engine, or the mechanics inside it. It's also computerized too, which gives you a superior level of accuracy. In a regular mechanical machine, a lot of times it can be your error, it can be the machine's error. Just computerized systems really give you an accuracy you can't achieve in a mechanical machine.
Right, and it won't let you sew if you don't put the presser foot down. Mechanical machines will just let you do any of that.
Right.
But I'm going to show you a stitch on this machine that I just love because you can use it for handle quilt stitching, for sashiko, or sashiko, I never quite say that right, or to decorate like your clothing. It's just such a cool stitch. And it's, a handle quilt stitch is what it's called. So I'm going to go ahead and change to number 38. I'm going to increase my stitch length a little bit because I want to have a little more drama. And what the machine does is just automatically does this. It's great. It loosens the bobbin tension because it's computer controlled. Okay. And it's going to bring that colored thread to the top. Okay, invisible thread on top. Okay. And I'm just going to hit the start button again. But the way our machine handles this is unique from other companies. And I don't know if you can see that stitch coming off the back, but This is, I can change my stitch length. I can make this 10 if I want. Well, 7, 5 maybe.
Okay.
So I can get more drama, right? But this is great because if you look in the stores, you're going to see a lot of the collars and the cuffs and the plackets are decorated with, you know, this stitch.
That's awesome.
And then if you do want to, you know, make a quilt that looks hand-stitched, there you go.
That is really cool. And again, you can see the accuracy of the mechanics of it because it's perfect. The perfect space is even. The perfect amount of stitches within what's being stitched is all even. And again, it's these minute details that you might not be aware of that you need to look for in a great sewing machine.
You do.
And it's nice to be able to feature these in the Juki. Now, please remember too, and I'm going to go through everything, you're getting the machine, you get the hard shell cover, which normally we would even sell separately. That's included with it. The foot controller, obviously the electric cord. You get the accessory storage tray. You get the standard sewing presser foot, the overcasting presser foot, the buttonhole presser foot, the manual buttonhole presser foot for the bobbins, the spool caps. You're getting the screwdrivers, of course, all the seam rippers and the needles. In fact, you get 4 needles with this. And, of course, you get the manual. But here is the added bonus goodies, and it's a lot of them. You ready? Zipper foot, quilt presser foot, rolled hem presser foot, blind stitch presser foot, patchwork presser foot, button sew-on presser foot, edge presser foot, open toe, walking, invisible zipper presser foot, cording embroidery free motion presser foot, and of course you get 10 plastic bobbins to go with it, and it might even go on from there. Hold on one second. And you get the instructional DVD. You're going to get that in too. So the DVD is included with this machine. You know, how many of you are thinking about getting an embroidery machine? You say, well, I want to do a little bit of customization. Guess what? You've got that in here. It's built in with the embroidery system and the lettering. Or maybe you say, you know what? I want to do some decorative stitches, but I need that go-to machine that I can use every day for all my home projects. It's inside this one. The versatility and the variety is incredible because you get all the stitches, almost 200 unique individual stitches that really can be combined into an unlimited amount of ways to use it when you think about it because of that computerized memory in there.
Right, and I'm going to put in some letters right now.
Oh, good, you can embroider. How big can you get the embroidery to be?
You can get it to be 7 millimeters.
Can you really? It's a nice size. You can actually really read it.
You can, and then you can take it down to, you know, 5 or to 4, to, you know, to 6. You have a couple of different options, and it adjusts it proportionately, which is nice.
Okay.
I think I've got I heart in here. You can see, you know, this is very, very simple. I can go through here and I can say, oh, okay, I want 37, 1, 2, 3. Up to, you know, 30 and then back here to 7, right?
Right. Oh, that's
Memory.
easy.
So, you know, each menu, instead of going through like hundreds and hundreds of things, I just have to learn to spell better, huh?
Don't we all?
I think spell check should be an option. Okay.
Are you spelling a long word?
No, I just put I love. I think we're going to stop there. Okay, so now, here we go. Oh, I forgot I unplugged the foot pedal. It's in there going, why is it not moving?
And that's okay, right? Because you just hit the button and let it do it.
Right, I just let it go. Well, you know, I must not have gotten those programmed in. I did, I got 2 letters programmed in, but you can see I can actually put in 70 characters.
Sure.
And
that's
them.
continuous. So, and could I repeat that over and over?
I can. If you want to repeat this over and over, when you touch the memory button, it puts it into what's called a 1-point mode, which means I can literally pick any of these stitches and stitch them one time and put them anywhere I want. When you hold this button here, you'll see that flash. That means it's going to sew until I tell it to stop.
Oh, that's great. So how cute would that be if you're doing a little shirt for someone special, like a little girl, and you wanted to put I love you, I love you, I love you all across the top of it? Or, oh, how adorable, take a plain pillowcase and actually program in somebody's name along it, or sweet dreams, or as you said, a cute little poem. I mean, there's so many things you can do taking very inexpensive basics, and kind of that's my trick to sewing. I always say I'm kind of a one-stitch girl, but I love when I can go out and buy, say, a pre-made throw, and then I can personalize it, or I can add those little details. So it's like, you know, instead of making a pillowcase, I'll just buy one, and maybe it's plain and white, and then I'll rely on the machine to give me a decorative stitch and to be able to do some creative stuff with it, and then you fold them up and give them as a gift, and people think, oh my gosh, you had these custom made for me. Yeah, I mean, people are all like blown away. But you do want to invest in great quality, and here's where you can do it, and you can use FlexPay. You know, if you go to showing shops and you're looking at really high-end machines, they can be in the thousands of dollars, and our package, would be over $1,000. And with Flex, I think that's one of the really great benefits of shopping with us, is you can break it down into a manageable amount over a couple of months and then pay it off. And also, the other thing I think is spectacular is our return policy is phenomenal. You get 30 days to try it out. I want you to test it, get used to it, get comfortable, try all the little features on it. And if you're not thrilled with the quality that you're getting, then please send it back for that refund. But it's an easy kind of no-fault way to shop with us. We make it so simple. But don't miss out. We're down to just the last, a little over 100 of these left, so we don't have a lot of these even in stock. And obviously at this price, it's going to be pretty limited by the end of our 10 minutes together with Bernie. Event price, $6.99, $100 savings off the HSN price. And if we can, Paul, I want to put up the whole full screen once again, because I think it's super impressive what Juki's been able to put together. We are world launching this machine to you. You can't go to your sewing shop or your craft store and find it. We're the only place to get it. If you just bought the machine by itself with the base accessories, not the value-added pack, you would spend $900. So, you know, sure, if you want to, but why would you? The value-added accessories totals up to almost $200 for a retail value of over $1,000. We will ship it to you for free. So if we love to save, and I think we do, you save $18 there. And then, of course, as I mentioned, 5 flex pays. You get the 5 flex as an option. And the other thing, Bernie, too, was if you are looking for a sewing machine in this day and age, you know, you want to be able to do really fun new things. And I love this. You're showing us how to do an applique piece.
Right, and this is with a blanket stitch, and this is the heavier blanket stitch. There's also a quilter's blanket stitch on here, the little tiny blanket stitch, and then there's the quilter's blind hem stitch.
Wow.
So, you know, a lot of those little appliques you see that you can't see the little seams, it's with the blind stitch.
No kidding.
We also have a drop feed.
And why is that important?
Well, you can free motion quilt, and thread painting's coming back in style. So, you know, you do get those 2 accessory feet. One is a free motion foot, and one is that cording foot. And the cording foot's really neat because you can run yarn through it. Anything that'll fit through the little guide, and you can couch it down, but you can do it in a free motion effort.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can see, I don't sew sideways very well, but you can see how dramatic that is, right? So besides just like a satin stitch for an applique, I have this option.
Sure, and I love the fact, I mean, if you see, it's a little tough to see it right there. What you're seeing behind it is, and I'll try to, it's right here. Yeah, we'll see it. You'll see what she's done is this has actually been, you know, used a basic
yeah, just the basic applique with that fusible.
Fusible on the back, and you iron it on, but when you go to finish off to make sure it stays, look how cute that stitch is. And it is, you know what, it's amazing to me to see what some decorative stitches will do to anything. Right. Does that surprise you ever?
You know, sometimes I look at it and I think, oh, well, you know, I never would have thought about that. Like, you know, you can actually applique with your decorative stitches, too. And it's, you know, you see some things and you think, you know, there's other times I think, darn, I wish I'd have thought of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you look at some of these decorative stitches and you can, you know, use those to applique, too. And it adds some, you know, unique touch to it.
Yeah.
You can also run your metallic thread through this machine quite easily. Like, that little bag down there has a whole lot of different things on it. That's got a crazy quilt pattern.
Okay.
And you can see there's metallic thread, there's heavier threads, there's, you know, decorative things thrown, combined stitches. And you can see it's just a whole lot of busy, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun to play with these different fabrics and different stitches.
And again, when you go in really tight, you'll see the stitches themselves. I mean, obviously, you can do basically everything on this bag has been done on this machine. And there, you're going to see in 1 second all the little really cool things you can do to make it charming and fun and just certainly more interesting. And again, this is not difficult to do. You just have to have the right machine with the right stitches inside it. Also, because you're working on applique, I want to show this ladybug. This is so cute. Look at this. Now, this is my favorite way to sew, okay? Take a pre-made t-shirt, pre-made, okay? Then she's added all these adorable little appliques. Look, cut the center of it up, you know, actually attach the little buttons, and then attached a little skirt bottom to it to make this adorable little jacket. See, this can actually be done with, I've seen women who are now taking t-shirts and then they'll take old pillowcases that have a pattern or a print to them or sheets, and now they make clothing out of it. Instead of having buy expensive fabric, they're just reusing what they already have. Isn't that a cute idea? So you can do projects like this. This is another cute little applique with wonderful little decorative stitches on it and buttons, and I love
Chanel
that.
by the inch.
That's so cute.
And
did you
it's
sew that on?
Actually, a friend of mine did this for me.
Just snip it?
And so just, you put it on and you just brush it.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so it is. It's
oh, that's
great.
good. So you sew it on and then come back and brush brush on top.
Right, you just use a little brush and brush it, and when you wash it, it just poofs up.
Just fluff it up.
So,
all right. So
now,
and again, there's so many different ideas. You can do dresses, and obviously it's the activewear, the sportswear. I would recommend if you can swing it, think about the machine and the serger, because that, you're set. I mean, if you have this machine and the serger,
you're good.
Well, you really, don't you think? Is there anything more I could ask for after that?
No, and this one, like we were talking about the free motion quilting, here's my drop feed. I have a free arm, so I can do pants and cuffs and little collars. And then to drop my feed, I just flip that switch.
That's awesome. And it allows you to do free motion, which means you can move it anywhere you want.
And that machine's actually set up for free motion, so I'll show you.
Sure,
so
absolutely.
Easy.
What do you love about free motion?
You know, I do a lot of thread painting and embellishment, so I'm not so much a quilter, but, you know, I like taking, like, a piece of fabric with, like, a flower on it, and then tracing over that flower and highlighting it with some metallics and different things. But free motion, here's my foot. And, you know, my free motion, this foot is neat because it doesn't hop. So it's not going to give me a jerky kind of sensation. Okay. And I can adjust the pressure with just a little turn screw. Okay. So free motion quilting. That's cool. And you can see, let me kind of hold this, but you can see I can go in little loops. And you control, you know, this is where that speed control comes in, right? I can do really little tiny stitches here. And this is all about speed and control, right? So that's
it's like painting with thread, correct?
Right. Like when you're thread painting with this foot, you're just basically going like this, and you're tracing over, you know, an area to fill it in with color. Right. So you can see it's just kind of fun.
Oh, I love it. I think it adds so much to any project you're working on. We're going to say hi to Susan in Illinois, who's joining us. You're on with Bernie. Susan, welcome to HSN.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, ladies. I'm so excited. Suzanne, you're just one of my favorite hosts. And Bernie, I met you several years ago at a seminar, and you are just amazing.
She is,
well,
isn't she?
Thank you.
Well, tell everybody why you love Juki, Susan, because some people are seeing it for the first time today.
Well, I have a Juki that a fabulous machine, my favorite machine. It's an embroidery machine. It was branded by another company, branded for another company, but made by Juki, and it's a tank. It sews and sews and sews. I've never had it serviced, and I've had it for 10 years. I take really good care of it, but it's just, it's extraordinary, and it has the most beautiful stitches. Oh, my goodness.
Susan, if someone's watching, because I know they can look and say, oh, wow, you know, $700, should I invest in a sewing machine at that level? What would you share with them?
I'd say absolutely go for it, no question whatsoever. And what I was thinking about doing, and I wanted to ask Bernie and you, Suzanne, what you thought, I was thinking about getting this machine and the serger because it seems to me that the investment of both of them is less than a comparable machine would be anywhere else.
That's a good point. What do you think, Bernie?
That's true. The price, combining both of the prices, you're still getting a very good deal for two machines.